Danse, bonjour. My name is Clayton Thomas-Muller, and I am a Cree man from Pukatawagan First Nation. I work for the Indigenous Environmental Network, one of the remaining few environmental justice networks in the country. I am the Canadian Indigenous Tar Sands Campaign organizer. IEN is a network of organizers and communities of youth, elders, and families fighting for environmental and economic justice, for climate and energy justice, and for a transformation to a sustainable green economy and a new economic paradigm. Our Canadian Indigenous Tar Sands Campaign works with grassroots Indigenous communities, building strategic coalitions with non-Native organizations and activists to defend against a sprawling infrastructure that includes pipelines, refineries, and extraction associated with the tar sands, the largest and most destructive industrial development in the history of mankind. Shame. Our Indigenous peoples have been disproportionately affected due to the production and use of energy resources such as coal, uranium, oil and gas, nuclear, and hydropower. This is environmental and energy injustice. Indigenous peoples face inequity over the control of and access to sustainable energy and energy services. Territories where Indigenous peoples live are resource-rich and serve as the base from which governments and corporations extract wealth, yet are areas where the most severe forms of poverty exist. On top of this, climate change is having a disproportionate impact on some communities across North America, particularly Indigenous First Nations communities, communities of color, the poor, and the working class. For some of our Indigenous peoples, for example, the Inuit in Greenland, with scientific reports of their sea ice completely melting within 10 years, it's already too late. Brothers and sisters, for me, as a young Native man, climate change, a global crisis rooted in social inequity, is the civil rights issue of my generation. For our Indigenous and Native peoples, it is also a profound treaty rights issue. Climate justice is a movement from the grassroots to realize solutions to our climate and energy problems that ensure the right of all people to live, work, play, and pray in a safe and healthy environment. Providing clean, renewable energy development and reversing the trend from exploitation towards energy and economic justice should be the top priority in the U.S. administration's energy decisions. For the For all of you young people here at Power Shift, we must stand together in asking President Obama to honor the treaties of our Native nations and to endorse the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. Native nations have an estimated 535 billion kilowatt hours a year of wind power generation potential alone. Let us work together to make wind and not war. A green energy, a green jobs economy, and a new forward-thinking energy and climate policy will transform Native nations and other rural economies and provide the basis for economic recovery in the United States. In order to make this possible, we encourage all of you to ask the Obama administration to provide incentives and assistance to actualize renewable energy development by tribes and Native organizations. We must develop a movement in America for a just climate and energy policy that does not sacrifice one segment of the population and their way of life so that a privileged few can thrive. In conclusion, I want to leave you with a profound environmental justice victory that was announced today by President Obama through Representative Reid. Obama announced that they will move away from the direction of shipping all of America's nuclear waste to the sacred lands of the Western Shoshone and Yucca Mountain. They're shutting that down. The movement for environmental justice is strong, and we're here to stand in solidarity with all of you today